Hello Sagittarius, this is going to be your November reading. Before we get started, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron will be retrograde all month. And this card kept coming up for your reading. So this can be a place of deep emotional want. It could have something to do with finances. It depends on where you are right now. And we're going to take a look and see what the energy is for you for November. Let's put this card aside over here. So Sagittarius, you've had an interesting year in 2019. And let's see what comes up for you for November. Interesting end to the year, I think. As I said, it was going to be pretty chaotic for the end of 2019. Sagittarius, I see some friction, some tension, possible arguing. And in this dynamic, you are really trying to hold up a lot of this burden. There is something for you that you just can't get to the bottom of, or you're repeating the same cycle over and over and over and looking for a contentment here that you are just not finding. Even after repeated meditations, turning the situation over every way, you are just not able to come back into your power in some kind of a partnership. This could be business, could be family. You are just not able to turn this circumstance around. So for November, there are a lot of people coming at you. They may have a lot of advice about how to bring you into a state where you are better, but in fact what that's doing is it's just splintering any peace of mind that you have left. And that's not something you want to do. So again, I think to get to this space that you're looking for, you're really going to have to find a new way of doing things. This may require some soul searching, but whatever this is, it's going to be a while before you kind of get some ground up underneath you. This is not a fast process for you. And so some of your challenge in November will be patience. This is a situation that's been going on a long time. And you'll get to a point where you'll feel like I'm doing a little bit better. You sort of take one step forward and two steps back. And that's not really what you're looking for. Whoever this other person is, they have their own issues, and it may not be in your best interest. And what that's doing is setting off your problems. So, you are who you surround yourself with. So if this is a person who doesn't have control over their emotions or, their inhibitions, or the way they regulate things, you will be subject to engage in that same type of behavior. It won't be wholesome, it won't be healthy, it won't feel good. These cards just talking about more of the same. You seem to be having a problem cutting this person off. And it may be now that you've come into a way of thinking that's so negative and unhealthy that you just think this is the way it is. You've sort of lost your way back to that path of light. So in November, these are the last couple of months of this year, you really want to focus on understanding that this will take time to readjust this way of thinking. You didn't start thinking this way overnight. You can't get out of it overnight. I know when we're in pain, we're looking for a fast fix to get out, but that's just not what this is going to be. And this person, furthermore, does not want to see you return to that path. They need you. This could be a codependent situation. This person could be using just whatever they have as leverage over you. That could be their looks, that could be their sexuality, that could be a lot of things, but they are trying to hold you in this space with them, and they recognize that they are unhealthy, but they're very happy to keep you there as well. They're very happy holding the power play, keeping you guessing, and anytime they see you make an offer to reach out to someone, they are pulling you back into this isolated state with them. They need to have control. This could even be a pattern of behavior within yourself, where you're trying to change the way you move in the world, but you keep going back to people that feel familiar, but they are not good for you. And again, some of this is about cutting off chasing people around on social media or peeking in on them and then feeling bad, or checking to see that the way they interact online coincides with your version of what the relationship should be. So, for instance, if it's a relationship, you think that you and this person are exclusive, but the way they behave online doesn't meet with that. They're flirting with people, they're engaging in behavior that maybe isn't so far over the line, but you know what it is. I mean, something doesn't have to be blatant. If they're flirting with other people or doing things like that, they may brush you off and say, don't worry about it, doesn't mean anything. But to you it does. And just the fact that they aren't acknowledging your feelings is problematic. Let's pull one more. Yeah, I think there's something that to you is obvious, and this has just left you feeling emotionally destitute. So we really need to get you out of that. Because I do think you're at a point where you are acknowledging that the situation is not great, you're ready to get out, you're just looking. And sometimes as opposed to being active, we can just sit and wait for something to unfold. It's just a matter of breaking that habit of engaging with that person. Wheel of Fortune coming up, Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles. This is just a situation where it's burning all of your resource. This person is almost acting like a leech. And they're watching you spin your gears. And they're kind of enjoying that frustration. This person is very aware of how they're treating you. They are very aware that what they do is making you upset. And they just don't seem very capable of compassion right now. I mean, here you are in the center, you're brightly lit, your innocence is here, your optimism is here, and on either side, this is masculine and feminine, just crushing you in between this, so that you are not allowed to shine fully. Devil card coming up again in the reverse, which, I think confirms what we were talking about earlier. This person is well aware that they have issues. And everybody has issues. Please don't mistake what I'm saying. We all come with things. But it is different entirely when you are aware that you are harming someone or drawing on them at their expense, and you are fine with continuing to do that. So they're two separate things. This person loves to see you hurt, and they know how their words affect you. A lot of this looks like, them verbally planting things in your mind. that make you insecure. They know which spots to hit. They also may be withholding money or keeping something for themselves, that on their end that they know would be helpful to you. This is a person who doesn't like to talk about finance. They always treat it as a taboo subject. And they know that they are at the end of needing to try at all to be fair to you. They know that time is over. They feel like they have you right under their thumb, and to them, it's just a non-issue. So, Sagittarius, I would, for November, especially because everything is retrograding, now may not be the time to try to sort this all out. The angel card for you is a year from now. I think maybe you want to look into 2020 to make that a new turning point and see what you can do differently in the coming year. Maybe take the rest of this year off emotionally from this situation and don't push yourself, because when you're pushing yourself hard, you can push the energy out and away from you in a way that is not helpful. And we don't want to see you do that. We want to see you succeed. So be kind to each other in the comments. Leave your stories. You can certainly subscribe. If the content is worthy of a donation, that section, the About section, has all of my information there. Sagittarius, as always, stay well.